information I'm going to bring forward, it isn't anything new. It's nothing that isn't out there already. However, it's the first time I've actually had any information come to me through the grapevine, through word of mouth, directly, rather than research on the internet or from the Nine. Everything I've got is from the Nine, and then I'll research, back that up, as I said earlier, Project Camelot, David Wilcock, and all the whistleblowers. So this has come to me through Kroaky, through a very good friend of his. This has gone nowhere else. It's the same as it's out there, but from this particular guy who was very high up in NASA, worked there for over 50 years. This has only been, he recently died, and he kept quiet about everything his whole life because he was protecting himself and protecting his family. But as he was dying, he passed some information, not everything. He actually took many secrets to his grave with him. But as he was passing, he did give some information to one person, and this person has been in touch with Kroaky. So I'm just going to tell you what this whistleblower has said. And like I said, it's nothing we don't already know. It's just confirmation. He was one of the head people that worked on the moon landing. You know, when what's his name? Quickie Armstrong, yeah, was supposed to have gone onto the moon. And the person that was with him asked him, were they real? All this information and sort of conspiracies talking about the fact that the whole thing was faked. And he admitted it was faked. It wasn't real at all. So everything that we saw on the TV at that point is completely and utterly fabricated and not true. And I know we already know this anyway, but this is, you know, confirmed yet again from another whistleblower. He has said that the moon landing that we saw on the TV was faked because of Russia and the space race, which I don't know what that is, but that's what he said. But there have been moon landings since. They've all been in secret. There are secret missions all the time. There is a space mission going on right now to the moon, which, you know, we all know. We can find this information out, but it's been confirmed. And then the person that he was talking to asked about 2012. What's happening in 2012? What, you know, do you know anything about it? And what he said was, something is happening, and the government have known about it for years. They've been preparing for it for years, and they've taken trillions of dollars to prepare for this. They know something big is happening. They're not sure what, but asteroids were mentioned. The government are not 100% sure what might happen with these asteroids, but it's the same thing that happened years ago before with the continents that we know as Atlantis and Lemuria, which were real and existed. A pole shift has been talked about, but one thing they did say is we're heading into a part of the galaxy that contains a lot of space debris. They confirmed that the Mayan calendar is correct. He was actually crying his eyes out when he was talking about this while he was ill and he knew he was dying. He was crying as he was bringing forward all this information. It was the first time he'd talked about it. And the other question was then asked, where are the safe places to go? You know, what do we do? Where do we go? Where are the safe places? And his answer was, don't worry about that. All you need to do is get yourself to a high vibration and work with compassion. Raise your vibration to the highest spiritual vibration you can and take a spiritual path in life. So, like I said, this is stuff we already know. We kind of know that there's all this fear and this doom and gloom around 2012, asteroids and moving into this part of the galaxy, you know, Earth changes, climate change. We know this, and we know that the way forward is through our vibration, and that's why we're here. That's why we have these shows. That's why we get together on the Gold Ring, and that's why we get together here on Magenta Magik. But for the first time, personally for me, I've had this confirmed from, you know, a whistleblower, from person to person, rather than researching it or talking to the Nine. So it's kind of, well, it's just kind of nice to confirmed, really, from a whistleblower that hasn't talked to anyone else. So I'm going to thank Kroaky for telling me about this, and he did call me earlier and said, you know, do you want to talk about this on the show today? And like I said, most of you, we've got 27 users in the chat room, and we've probably got plenty other listeners, and you probably already know this stuff. And if you don't know this stuff, then, you know, hey, this can be researched. I'm not the only one that's kind of saying it. The information is out there. But just one more confirmation about where we're going as a collective race. And our safety zone is our vibration and our spiritual path. So we're on the right track, guys.
Yes, isn't it wonderful, that kind of confirmation again?
Yeah.
And it's coming so closely as well. And just confirming everything that we've been thinking and what we've been feeling, and our feelings about it is that if you have love in your heart and compassion, and your vibration is high, then you have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. And I was feeling that people that perhaps hadn't been in a position, as we've been, to raise their vibrations, will be doing so over the next couple of years. And like you said, that's why we're doing these shows, and you do your videos, I do my songs, and Javanda does her work on the gold ring. We're all doing that to bring us through together, and it's just fantastic. And thank you, Kroaky, for bringing that information, and thank you, Magenta, for bringing it into the show. And we've never had anything like that before, have we? But it is just beautiful, and feels good, doesn't it?
Yes, and any other whistleblowers out there listening to this, feel free to call and tell us your secrets.